In this video, I'll show you how to configure Git after you have installed it. So start by going to Git's website, not GitHub, and follow the instructions there. They are platform dependent, so I'm not covering them here. After you have Git installed, go to the command line. You can confirm that installed Git successfully by running git -- version. This is the latest version as of this recording. Git is fairly stable, so even if you have an older version, it should be good enough for this course. As you see in later videos, when we create one of those points in the timeline, we identify ourselves so that our collaborators can know who made which contribution. So to configure Git, the first thing we have to do is to tell it who we are. And we do that by running this git config command, saying our name and email address. Notice here that I'm using my personal email address, not my JHU one. And that's on purpose, because I might leave JHU someday and my email address might be assigned to someone else. But I don't want my contributions to be associated with that person. The result of running those git config commands is creating a file. In my system, it's under .config git config. And you can see here that my name and email have been stored along with some other configuration. The second step to configure Git is to tell it what files it should not track under version control. Those files are generated by my operating system, text editor, IDEs, and other tools, and they should not be shared along with projects because they don't make sense in other computers. To do that on my system, I have to create this file called .config git ignore. In your system, the path might be different, so you have to look it up online. But the idea is that this file has one line per each kind of file it should ignore. For example, there is this ds store files that are generated by my operating system, in particular by Finder, to store folder properties when showing up folders on my file browser. And here is an entry for the .idea directories that IntelliJ creates when it's creating a project. This is enough to get us started with Git. This semester we'll be using GitHub for collaborating on the group projects, so create an account. After you have your account, come here to Settings and SSH and add your SSH keys. Look up online how to create SSH keys if you don't already have one. This is necessary because when we are working on our machine and we want to publish the changes to GitHub, we need to identify ourselves, and we could write our username and password every time. It's just more convenient to have an SSH key that acts as a password for us. And this is all the setup necessary for working with Git and GitHub. On the next video, I'll show you how to create a repository.